Alrighty, so round number 1 with our cube Reanimator deck. And a decent hand. I'm gonna play Shelldock turn 1 and Jace turn 2 and have Force of Will pitching Snapcaster. Then hopefully Jace can cast something for me to animate dead. I could just animate dead the Tasigur. And if I get wastelanded, things could get bad. But this is cube, so your broken stuff will happen. So you can't really feel safe when you play cube. This is not a format where you can play around too much. So I think this Force of Will is decent enough protection. Okay, so I can choose between Liliana or Necromancy. So the thing about Shelldock Isle is that it's not gonna happen soon, it's gonna happen later in the game. And later in the game, I think Necromancy is gonna do more than Liliana. So I'm gonna take the Necromancy. Because even though Liliana still is fine on like turn 8 or 9, I think a reanimation spell may be better than Liliana. Alright, so we'll play Swamp and Jace. A play I can make next turn is to just reanimate Tasigur. It's not unreasonable. Let's see what Jace finds. If he survives, which he looks like he does. Let's leave looting. Okay. So I think I'm gonna play it a little bit more controlling and get rid of this island. And just go for getting some value, because looting away Tasigur is just losing a card. The next turn I can just hard cast Tasigur with a fetch land and a Jace. Right now I don't really want to flip Jace because I don't have anything to reanimate. Sword of Body and Mind. I think I'm gonna allow that just because I can block that creature with Tasigur. So even though it's a good card, I don't think it's too threatening right now. I'm gonna actually have Brainstorm in my deck, so I'm gonna keep the fetch land for now. Ooh, that's probably good enough to reanimate. So if I reanimate this turn, I think that's just gonna be enough for a clock. Ooh, and him too. Okay, so now I do that. And I crack this. I'm gonna him first. Yeah, no sense in getting by you. It's only there so I can get it with the mist, black mana with mist. And I could maybe flashback him with Jace at some point, but I may not even need that. Mystic Snake and Reclamation. So my opponent's looking like he's playing some kind of fair deck. I could actually animate the Reclamation Sage, but I think Grave Titan is just more. It's gonna win the game. I don't need. I can easily outrace this Sword of Body and Mind, especially since the zombie tokens I get from Grave Titan I can just jump block whatever gets the Sword of Body and Mind. There are no sweepers in blue-green, so I don't really have to be worried. Most sweepers cost double white, so it will be a very unlikely set of circumstances for me to lose to a sweeper here. We'll take some nice coffee though. So my opponent is kind of a fair deck. Does have Reclamation Sage, which is annoying against Necromancy. And Necromancy is my only target for, I believe, for Reclamation Sage. But I still think, like, if I Necromancy a Grave Titan and he Reclamation Sage, it's not the end of the world. Also, if I get a Shriekmaw. I'm considering Kalitas. Looks like that could be a fine card against a fair deck. But I don't know. Mental Misstep is... He probably has some mana dorks. So run this and see what happens. But green has a lot of 1-drops. Well, this hand is bad. 3 double black spells. One of them doesn't even do anything, Necromancy. And Mystical. If I had an Ancestral Recall in my deck, I could keep this and then Mystical for Recall. Mystical info, careful study, that's just too bad. I'm gonna mulligan this. No, this is bad. Actually, we put it on the bottom since I don't have any reanimation spell or targets in my hand. See, here's a card that I might have wanted to mental misstep. Interesting. That card is usually only good in Storm. It's not very good in Fair decks. Okay, so now I have a choice. I can either go tap land, Shelldock, then I can't cast Hymn next turn, but I can cast Jace. And this comes into play tap, so I think it's better to just Shelldock and then I can Hymn on turn 3. Okay, I think Tasigur is better than Reanimate since I don't even have a creature in my yard. So my opponent can play any number of lands, which is scary. Ooh, this can be a brutal turn if he has lands. Alright, so next turn I can Hymn, hopefully. Another reason why I should have Shelldock is that there was no guarantee for me to draw a second black. Like if I had 2 black sources in my hand, that might have changed things. But so now is my opponent gonna explode this turn? Could empty his entire hand if he has a couple of lands. And there is not much I can do about it. It's a forest, but Lotus Core provides blue mana. I wish I had a sweeper. Alright. That is scary. Ooh, that was good. So, still gonna start with looting. And at this point, Bayou is just worse than Swamp because it can get wastelanded. And I don't need this much mana. I think what I do is Time Walk. The sweet thing about Sword of Body and Mind is that it will enable this Shelldock guy. So if I can probably only get hit once, but yeah, so let's go Time Walk. I can either Snapcast a Time Walk or Jace Time Walk, but Jace Time Walk is more convoluted and harder to do. Either way, I could also cast Factor Fiction and flip Jace, but alright, let's discard Swamp. Now play land. This is hard. I think since Snapcaster costs more mana, it's better to do that. Because if I hit like a Necromancy in my draw step, it's gonna be more mana intensive. Ooh, okay. We're getting closer now. So next turn, Grave Titan. I'm gonna loot. And at this point, gonna actually get rid of Factor Fiction. It sounds insane, but I'm gonna be down to 15 cards and I need these lands to so I got a Memory Jar and Bonillion Click. And I'm not gonna attack. The reason is that I wanna force my opponents to equip. Next turn I can hard cast Grave Titan. I mean at the end of yeah, my opponent is not liking what I hit with Human. Yeah, Memory Jar and Memory Jar and Fastball is pretty insane. Yeah. But we're getting hit here. Can cast Tossiger end of turn and then untap cast Grave Titan. And maybe even flash something, or flash something sweet back with Jace. So even though it is scary to get milled for this many cards, it's actually not the end of the world. I hit Brainstorm, Dark Petition, so not too exciting. Mystical Tutor 2. Right. So my opponent is in trouble. So now I have a nice blocker for Grisselbrand too. Alright. So I did not hit any Animate Dead, or I did not hit Reanimate. I'm thinking I'm just casting a Grave Titan here. I did pre-combat, so I know if I want to attack with Tassiger. So now I can just attack with Tassiger and Snipcaster. I'm not activating Jace now, I want to flip it on my opponent's turn if he wants to cast some big wildfire or damage spell. Okay, that's a good card, but a little too fair for Cube, I think. So my opponent can pay 1 life tile that comes into play on tap, because Courser gives him a life. I guess it's still paid 2 life. Yeah, pitching that Factor Fiction worked out pretty good. But my opponent can still maybe do some stuff this turn. He has 1 card left. And the sick part about him is they don't even choose the card that they have to keep. It's random. So it's not like my opponent necessarily have a good card in his hand. Because he lost Memory Jar and Mendelian Click, it is random discard. Okay, last card is Black Fade. Again, not a card that's particularly scary. I don't have too many artifacts, but most decks have, so it's not like I'm criticizing my opponent. So he's milling himself for 2 because he wants to get rid of Reclamations. He also lost Days. Okay, so Treachery is a scary card. Treachery is a scary card. So here I'm gonna flip Jace. There's no reason to do it in my turn because I would have cost Grave Titan over. Casting anything with Jace. Thoughts is kind of bad. Alright, so my opponent has Treachery on the top of his deck. What can I do about that? I'm definitely gonna attack. Can flashback like Brainstorm with Jace, looking for Force of Will. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I could flashback Mystical Tutor, but then I could not do anything with it. So let's start by targeting. I could also get Dark Petition actually. But Dark Petition for what? I don't know. Nah, I think it's Brainstorm. Looking for Force of Will. Problem is if I Dark Petition for Force of Will, I can't cast it because I have floating mana. Okay. So, well, let's just attack it. Everything. I'm fine trading Tassiger for an equipped Cobra. Don't care about Black Fade. Should attack. Probably should have Shriek mode pre-combat. Oh well, he didn't block anyway. Alright, so I'll kill the Courser. So now he can Treachery my my Grave Titan, but then I probably kill him, right? With my attackers. So and there can't be too many more cards than Treachery that's relevant here. Alright. Sweet, sweet. I think we have time to do another one. Why not? I'm on fire. I mean, if I wasn't lazy, I could have maybe looked at my deck list and find out whether I had something to win the game with Dark Petition there, but don't think so. And this is why leagues are great, because we get to play immediately. So what we got here? Well, looks like a very solid hand. Now, Verdant Catacombs gives me blue mana with Breeding Pool, and I have Jace, Hymn again, and Time Walk. So, very good hand. Very good hand. Uh-oh. Is this some kind of hate bear deck? Yeah, kind of. Well, Hymn's not gonna be great, but... So here, I think it's actually good to get Breeding Pool, take some damage, but Careful Study and Animate Dead next turn. I could get just Necratal. I'm gonna get rid of Necratal and 8 Island, I think. Also means that Jace is flipping soon. But yeah. We have to play this a little bit differently. We have to play a little bit more aggressively with our cards, because this white hate bear deck can kill you very fast. Land tax, okay. And then he plays a land. Okay, interesting. I think I'm gonna hold off on the Animate Dead for a moment. The reason is that his Student of Warfare is not threatening enough. So I'm just gonna play Jace here. Also plays around Spell Pierce. Not that that's a huge concern, but I want to kill something more scary. I mean, if he had gone Plains and pumped it up, then it's different. That's more scary card. And he has a Mox. Okay. It's possible he held that Mox. It's a very good play if he did. But we need to get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna flip, right? Yeah. So what I could do is activate Jace and then cast Careful Study. Yeah. I could also hymn my opponent's last 2 cards. It's very unlikely that that's hurting me, because you need to have top deck a non-creature spell. And even then I'm not dead. So I think what I do is Swamp and Hymn. Change my plans a little bit. And then I'm gonna flip Jace on my opponent's turn so it doesn't get attacked. I can't cast Careful Study this way, but that's okay. Still a 1/1, right? Yeah. Fine. Now I can block the biggest creature and flip Jace. Get rid of an yeah. Take a little bit of damage here. I drew a land, nice. Okay, Shriekmaw is also an option, but I am going to So I could evoke Shriek Wound and animate dead it, but then I would kill something irrelevant. I guess Student of Warfare is not totally irrelevant. Turn to this to animate dead the Necrotal and cast Time Walk, and then I can Time Walk again later. This is kind of hard. Because that Student of Warfare is going to be a problem later. Yeah, okay. I convinced myself again. Then vote that now this is a 2/2 blocker instead of a 1/1 first strike. Another reason to do this. And then yes, good. Okay. Little premature. Okay, I understand why. So my opponent is playing some sweet white aggressive dorks. Could put in the Abyss or Oviniomancer. Abyss has also the problem that it eventually kills my stuff too, because I don't have any artifact creatures. So I don't like it. I mean, it's fine, but my opponent has land tax, but that's better on the draw. But I want Metal Misstep so I can counter like a Student of Warfare turn 1. I guess I'm taking out Dark Petition. It's a little too dirtly, and Ophiomancer could, or Murderous Cut. Tough. I think it's a Murderous Cut. I have a lot of ways to put cards in my graveyard. Yeah, not gonna be good enough. Closed. This is actually closer than it looks because I can discard Griselbrand to hand size and then I have 2 reanimation spells, but I am on a 6-card hand. Alright, keep this and hope to get the land. Very bad. Yeah, I could force a will that, but I think I'm better off trying to hit some sweet reanimation spell and ride it to victory, and then I may need force to will and every card in my hand to protect it. Okay, library is a little bit worse when you mulligan to 5. I'm actually gonna get rid of it, and I'm actually gonna get rid of force will. I just can't afford to force a will when I'm mulligan to 5. That's just the reality of it. On to some sweet blue-white tempo deck. But my best hope is to hit like Griselbrand with Jace and get it into play. Question is if I Jace or Thoughtseize next turn. That's a good question. I'm leaning towards Thoughtseize. Just feels like my opponent is gonna have a critical turn very soon. And it can also take away any removal spell he could have for Jace. So yeah, that changes things a little bit because it would be sick to cast Jace and cast Liliana. But again, I think Jace is so fragile that that doesn't work. May wanna take a look first. I'm not under enormous amount of pressure, so I can take the time to do this. Also, if I hit something insane with Thoughtseize, an insane creature that is, I could just take it with Reanimator. Well, all these cards are cool and all, but Geist of St. Travis is a card I just outright lose to. So he has Cast Star for Jace, but that's 2 turns away. And I don't care too much about the Smuggler's Copter. So I'm gonna take Geist. Probably not gonna animate dead Geist. But yeah, Geist I just can't beat. So Enlightened Tutor is probably for Mox, right? Yeah. So he can cast his cards. Yes. And the Copter. Not too scared about Copter. It's good against Liliana, I guess. But okay, I could cast that. So my opponent has Cast Out and Riftwind Cloudscape in his hand. Cast Out Riftwind Cloudscape. What I really want him to do is to screw the Copter and then get to Liliana away, his only creature. So yeah, I think I want him to cast out Tasigur more than anything else. So I'm going to cast Tasigur. I would not have made this play if there was something insane in my graveyard I wanted to reanimate, but there isn't. So. Oh no, that was one of the best draws he could have had. Because now Liliana does almost nothing. That was bad. That was bad. Yeah. So his hand is cast out. There is Liliana. So I'm probably gonna Liliana plus. But what do I get rid of? There's also a possibility to animate dead Riftwind Cloudscape. At some point, bounce the token. But yeah, I have to. I guess that doesn't work because of Mother of Runes. So never mind. Yeah, this has to be Liliana and plus. And I guess I get rid of Animate Dead. Or do I? This is hard. If I keep Animate Dead, I could Animate Dead Jace. Yeah. Also, this way, if my opponent goes aggressive and gives the Golem token first strike kills Liliana, I could Animate Dead or Cloudscape, bounce the Copter and +1 Liliana. But that doesn't work if he kills Liliana. So I don't know. But if I draw a Griselbrand next turn, stuff could happen. Oh, he destroyed everything. Yes, that's not good for me. Okay, can I win this game? don't think so. If I go land. I know, I think I'm dead. So So my opponent's plan is to play big, cheap creatures, Armageddon, and I don't know. I think it's possible I want Kalitas. Looks like it could be good against what he has. It's very hard to raise that card. Alright, this hand has potential. It's very slow, but yeah, it's very borderline. But some lands and the card could be good. All it takes is one careful study or one chase, and we could be in business. Yep, mental misstep is good against my opponent's deck. Kind of established that. Goes top bottom, classic. That's not a good draw. That was probably the worst draw in the deck. Selfless. Okay. Could force this myself, get a Kalitas into play. Is that good? No. Is it? Nah, I think I'm better force this my opponent and maybe take one of his creatures next turn. Mirror and Crusader, protection from black and from green, Monastery Mentor, and Spell Pierce. So I can take one of these creatures next turn. Mirror and Crusader kills me the fastest, but Mentor, if I take Mentor next turn, I could maybe go off here. I'm gonna take the Mentor, I think it's gonna be my road to victory here. And there's the Crusader. But if I get Mentor in play, then I can chump like that for days. It's not going well. Yes, it has to be enemy dead. I don't want to take any damage. I'm taking 1,000,000 next turn, but hopefully I can draw like a swamp. Okay, that's not good either. Damn it. Yeah, we're getting screwed here. Taking 5 next turn. he has spell boost too. I can flash in Snapcaster, but probably should too. That was pretty bad keep in retrospect. Yeah, we're dead. So it goes. And let's play the last one, whatever. Why not? Got nothing, no one to blame but myself for losing that. Alright, back for the last round. Very sketchy hand. I have a mental misstep turn 1, that's pretty important. So I think I'm gonna keep Taiga. Interesting. Alright, Faults is a good draw. Okay, interesting. Looks like a mid-range deck. He has Xenagos, Gideon, Batterskull. Yeah, let's just take the cheapest card. He has the mana for... He can't even cast Gideon yet, so take the 4 mana card, I guess. Looks like Mental Misstep's not so great. Can this take creatures from any graveyard? Yeah. Okay, so my opponent drew a Blooming Marsh. Alright. Probably gonna get some kind of discard outlet with Dark Petition. My opponent has drawn 2 lands, which is good to know because he can't cast anything. Deck's not cooperating, I'm telling you that. Next turn he can start casting things. Let's main phase that. Ooh, that was perfect. So let's put back, doesn't really matter too much, but let's put back. I'm gonna use Animate Dead, I think. Yeah, I can't use Necromancy this turn, so let's put back Necromancy. Actually, no. Let's put Dark Petition and Necromancy, because I may want a Necromancy next turn. It doesn't matter, I'm going to draw them with Careful Study. I'm just being silly here. Discard Griselbrand and kind of tough. Let's just discard Mental Misstep. The chances are so low that my opponent casts something that I absolutely need to. Mental Misstep. Alright, I don't need to draw cards right now. I'm pretty confident that Crows and Grip is not in this queue. So Gideon could at some point kill Griselbrand. But that's fine. I get to draw a lot of cards. And here's Gideon. So that's gonna take care of Griselbrand next turn, unless I don't know what I can draw, but I'm super fine with this because I also have more gas in the tank. I don't think there is any haste creatures in my deck. I might as well draw the cards now, right? Time walk. Well done. That's a thing. So, time walk and Griselbrand. That's a pretty good combination. Not gonna lie. Let's attack Gideon because I have to. That's what Gideon does. Then let's cast Time Walk. This is not fair at all. I think I'm going to cast Liliana and plus it gets rid of the most cards in my hand, so I don't have to discard too many. It was a hymn, but each play discards a card. This card is compulsive. I definitely don't need more cards. Okay. I have to discard. I think I'll discard. Not confident. Alright. I think I killed Gideon here. Otherwise, it just kills my Griselbrand. Plus Liliana. Nissa Worldwake. Okay. My opponent is definitely some Naya mid-range deck. Then I can hymn his last two cards. Elspeth Enforced. I like this. I can cast Sherlock. I'm basically almost. I don't want to use that word, so I'm not going to. But I'm doing something dirty right now. And I guess I can cast Tastic too. Misstep, Swamp, and Footsies. Because even if my opponent has a sweeper, I have Liliana and a bunch of cards in my hand. I can draw 7 in this spot. But I don't need to draw any cards right now. That was dirty. Again, I kept a very sketchy hand, but so did my opponent. Alright, my opponent has a million planeswalkers. Does not seem like too scary. I could play Dark Ritual just to speed things up. It seems kind of slow to slog with all these. I guess if I take out Mystical and put in Dark Ritual, I'm just speeding things up. I may need that against all those planeswalkers. I think he had 5 planeswalkers or something. Xenagos, Elspeth, Gideon, Nissa. I guess Battlescope feels like a planeswalker, but it isn't. Library turn 1 must be nice. Also means I can maybe just discard Griselbrand to hand size without missing a land drop. Yes. Alright, he has nothing turn 1. I like it. Yeah. So I could draw now, but there's no reason. I can discard Griselbrand next turn to hand size if I want to. So let's just chill. Library turn 1 is dirty. Okay, that's good. Accelerating out some planeswalk is one of the ways he can win this game. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to play Sherlock and discard Griselbrand to hand size. I think there's almost no way I'm gonna, much to choose from there. No way I'm gonna hardcast it. I mean, I have Grave Titan to hardcast if it comes to that. It would suck if he had some Reanimate of his own. That would be so bad. But I have Mental Misstep for Reanimate, and yeah, most decks don't play Animate Dead or stuff. Alright, here comes a Planeswalker, Xenagos. Scary stuff. That is a scary planeswalker. Lightning bolts or it freezes down. Okay, but it doesn't tap, so I don't even have to use it now. Yeah, I will still draw a card. It is a good way to prevent that. Animate dead. Well, there we go. There we go. Now, we could have a removal spell for that, but I could draw Force of Will. So I can draw up to 14 cards looking for Force of Will if it comes to that. So I have options. And it better exile it, because if he kills it, destroys it somehow, I can draw into Reanimate or Necromancy to get it back. This also enables Sherlock Isle for Shriek. So yeah, things are looking good, but of course this is Vintage Cube, so we could have almost anything. Now, that is a scary card, but I think I'm going to concentrate on fighting the more broken stuff. Maybe if it costs an Eldrazi, that's bad. Declaration in stone. Well, that excites it. So let's draw some cards. Looking for Force of Will. No Force of Will. So the question is, do I want to do this again? It is risky. No, I think I'm gonna have to let Griselbrand go, sadly. This is one of the few cards I could have to stop this. It's actually pretty good. Better than Swords. Like, first of all, I could have just killed Swords. Liliana of the Veil. Interesting. Okay, so I have 3 mana. Problem with, if I cast Jace, he can just kill it, but that's fine because I want him to decrease the loyalty on that one. Human gets his last 2 cards, but then I can't cast anything else this time. And did not draw Dark Ritual either. This is very tough. I have a lot of options here. So, Thoughtseize is bad if he has 2 excellent cards in his hand. But Human is obviously better if both cards are excellent. This requires 7 loyalty, right? Yeah, I think I just go for Human then. Because next turn I can Necromancy something sweet. I got half and Oblivion Ring. Not what I wanted to see. Catacomb can go. Repetition is too slow. Thoughtseize doesn't do anything. Dark Confidant is, guess, one land and Factor Fiction. Oh man, really? Guess maybe I should have discarded Grave Titan last time. That was a mistake. Probably. Okay, so yeah, I should have discarded Grave Titan last time. That was a pumped. Crap. I don't have enough mana for. I don't have enough black mana for Liliana plus Reanimate. And yeah. So let's look at these cards. So I can Shriek more that with Sheldock. Prevent all damage, right? So what I have to do is Shriek mode Gideon in combat and then maybe attack his cards. Yeah, can't do anything else, so I can crack the clue, I guess. Should probably crack the clue now so I can discard Grave Titan to hand size. Yeah, I play this game bad, but yeah, it's not indestructible. And boom. So let's see, this Ajani could kill Shriekmaw, but then the pressure is off. Yeah, so I'm fine with this because that means that he can't Armageddon. -7, destroy all. Land, start play controls. So I'm fine with this. Now I kind of wish I hadn't discarded Grave Titan, but yeah, whatever. So this turn I'm going to Necromancy. The Grave Titan. Not Dark Confidant, I'll tell you that. Then going to draw a card and play Jace. Can wait on Liliana until my opponent has a creature in play. And if he kills Jace with Ajani, I don't care. There's a spot where even if my opponent has Armageddon, I think I'm still winning. Because Grave Titan is just that good. That is a problem. That is a problem. So you can either destroy Grave Titan or make a bunch of Shump blockers. Good thing is that Grave Titan brings along some friends. Well, this game turned out to be very interesting. After I punted, I should have discarded Grave Titan to hand size and reanimated it last turn. Sadly, Kalitas doesn't do much against Elspeth because it's not hook. Yeah, I don't know what I would do if I were my opponent. Probably Lightning Helix the Jace. It's very possible he could make soldiers and then freeze down Grave Titan with Ajani. I don't think Mines is correct. I just kill his Planeswalker and he has nothing. I think it might be better to have his Planeswalkers survive. Because here's, yeah, it might, maybe he's probably not gonna win the game by plussing Elspeth, but I don't think he can never win if he does this. Now I just kill his Planeswalkers and he has nothing. So, don't like that play. One takes Elspeth, one takes Dion. So now here's the question, do I want to reanimate Grave Titan? Puts me down to 7, and there are some fireballs in the set. Let's start by casting Careful Study. Ooh, Time Walk, okay. I am down to 12 cards in my deck. You know what? I actually think I have to. I can't play around with stuff like that because I need to kill my opponent. Time Walk. Attack with all. Now my opponent is on a 1-turn clock. You know, I still have Snapcaster in my deck, so I should probably compulsive look for an island and a... I guess I shouldn't have tapped like that. Alright. Playing loosey-goosey. Also have Force of Will. So let's brainstorm. Hopefully into Force of Will blue card. Oh yeah, Force of Will is enough. They land and cast this Tasigur. I probably could have dealt better, but who cares? This game is locked up unless my opponent has Banefire, which I don't think is in the set. So, my opponent deck is sweet, but I don't think it's very good in this format. Alright, this was some sweet action. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe if you like to see more content.